Hey guys, Brad Nickum, Tasting Tequila with Brad. Today we have a real treat. Not only are we going to review these two fantastic Bajarriba tequilas, but we're going to find out where they came from, how they were made, and really what brought this beautiful bottle to the market with owner Rico Austin. So stay tuned. Hey guys, Brad Nickum, Tasting Tequila with Brad. I am here today, honored really by the international man of mystery. I've learned so much about Rico Austin in the last couple of days and enjoying his fantastic tequila, Baja Riba. How you doing today, Rico?
Doing, Mr. Brad, doing really
Doing
great.
really great.
Thank you for having me on the show.
No, thank you for coming on. You're actually my first brand guest, and it really couldn't be a better bottle of tequila than one that represents literally my favorite place in the world, Cabo San Lucas. So that's pretty stinking awesome. The bottles are absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with designing that. My wife did most of the work.
That's usually the case. My wife does most of the work around here. So tell me, how did you come up with the idea? Like, where did this come
Well, that idea is actually Miguel Hill's idea. Michael Hill. He was one of three co-founders. There was Jake Nance, Michael Hill, and myself. Mike used to have the Tequila El Arco. And so anyway, he's already been in the tequila business. We met years ago. Jay had a bar called Cabo Lounge, and Mike had Miguel Local's restaurant and bar. I was doing a book signing with my bestseller, My Bad Tequila, and was in both of their restaurants for the signing. They already knew each other as they were living in Cabo. And they eventually moved to Arizona. We all stayed in touch. And when they're out here in Arizona, Mike came up to us with the idea. He said, "Hey, I've got an idea for a bottle shaped like the Baja upside down." And we talked about it, and it sounded like a great deal. So I flew to Cabo. We had a mutual friend called Sylvester that's a genius artist. Asked him if he could make a paper mache the size of 750 milliliters in the shape of the Baja, and he came up with something pretty darn good. So I brought it back here to the States, gave it to my wife Connie, and she's a graphic artist. Asked her if she could put this together for us.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
And you know, the cork is really cool too. I have that on another video where I showed the cork off. That topper is just so cool with the logo that you have on there.
Yeah, it's the Tres Cabo Amigos. That's the name of our company. We've got Mike, who's now bought out by Mark, and both of them had mustaches and beards. I wear the sunglasses all the time. And Jay's a cigar aficionado, so he's with cigars.
Fantastic. I've seen you've been on several of the Cabo magazines covers, and sounds like they've did some write-ups on you guys multiple times. So that's pretty awesome. And I also seen that you guys are involved with a lot of the charities in Baja. And if you've probably seen, I just played a charity at Sancho's, which you know really well there in Cabo, for the children's organization that Brando supports from Shaka's. So tell me about some of the organizations that you help out there in the Baja.
Well, one of them is Feeding Los Cabos Kids. And it's also is Flick, FLCK. There's a lot of Caboholics involved in that. To the Church of Christ of Cabo, and again, they help orphan children and elderly, disabled. Let's see, we also to the Corazon de Baja, and what that does is help develop schools for underprivileged children in the Baja and orphans as well. And then we do a few different charities. We support a few different charities outside the Baja as well, locally, and then things for our soldiers. And so we're what one of the things is Cowboys for Kids, Hope for Kids. A lot of things, a lot of charities are either for children or for our veterans and soldiers.
That's fantastic. It's always amazing to see how many companies, especially in the tequila world, that give back. There's so many brands that do so much to help not only the people in Mexico, but lots of other organizations. I think that's just really, really good and really impactful. We forget how blessed we are here in the States with, being able to
Right.
get water from 20 different faucets in our house and, all the
Yeah.
great things we have here. So it's good to give back. So tell me, how did you end up with Eduardo at 1107 at El Vejito?
Oh, that's a pretty incredible story. Another buddy of mine, Jim Riley, that is the founder of Azuña Tequila, and I worked with him. He's also a Baja racer or ex Baja racer. He asked me to if I wanted to go down and write about the Baja, and this was the 2004 Baja 1000, and so I agreed to, and we had an incredible time. And in fact, his '57 Chevy won uh, not the antique, but the specialty car deal. And we put the book together called Baja Local: 4 Racing Days and Tequila Nights on the Baja 1000 Mexican uh, Baja 1000. And anyway, he helped us out. Jay, I, and Mike went to distillery to distillery. None of the three of us could ever agree that this was the tequila we wanted. Two of us would or one of us. So, we end up canceling each other out. And Jim Riley, who was helping to consult and helping us as a friend, said, "Hey, Rico, go down to El Vejito, Gnome 1107." I said, "I've never heard of it." And he goes, "Trust me, the tequila down there is incredible, and you'll really like Juan Nunez down there." So we set up a meeting with him, and the table outside, he poured us all a glass of his Plata silver, and we all looked at each other like, "Oh my goodness!" And we could all tell that we all liked it. So I got up from the chair, walked over, and extended my hand and asked Juan. I said, "You know what? If you'll have us, this is the tequila we want." And so that's how that happened. And we've never regretted it. That 1107 is incredible. It's they use pure deep well water, mature agaves, average 8 years old, and then proprietary yeast. No additives, no flavoring, no coloring. And you'll notice that our reposado looks a little light. It's 4 months rested in white oak whiskey barrels, and but the reason it looks light is we don't throw in any wood chips, no caramel flavoring, no soda pop, anything like that, and we're certified through tequila matchmakers. I think one of 135 brands out of like 3,700 brands. So we're very proud of that.
That's one of the first things I noticed when I started going through some of my tequila journey. I loved these bottles. I seen a bottle at Shaka's a long time ago, and the first thing I did was, where are they making that? Ah, it's made at Eduardo's place, 1107. There's some great tequilas from there. So I really couldn't wait to get my hands on it and try it because I knew, you don't normally have a beautiful, amazing bottle and good tequila inside. It's usually,
Yes.
you know what I mean, right? So, uh, and sometimes you have some gimmicky things that again doesn't have good tequila in it. And you've tagged all three. You've got a great gimmick of Cabo San Lucas, you have an amazing bottle, and then you've got a phenomenal tequila. I've loved a lot of tequilas from 1107. You actually have one of my also favorite tequilas that's coming out of 1107 that's right over my shoulder here. Another great tequila. Santo Fina's coming out of 1107. Fact,
Yep.
the blue bottle and ceramic bottle of Cabo Wabo, the original good Cabo, came from 1107. And El Viejito on its own is a fantastic tequila. I brought home that Plata you're talking about. I can't get that same Mexican Plata in the States. And I was
Oh,
sipping on
right.
that last night. It's just great. So, hands off to coming up with a fantastic brand, fantastic bottles. And this is one that it doesn't just go on the bar to drink. This one stays forever. This should have lights on it and maybe put flowers in it when it's done, whatever. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we yeah, thank you for acknowledging that, Brad. Yeah, that's one of the things that we decided. Like, you know what, we're going to have a beautiful bottle, but the juice in it's going to be just as good. And actually, we've had to overcome a lot of that stigma with the beautiful bottle because a lot of people initially think that's all it is, because you're right. Usually, if you have a unique bottle, the tequila is crap because all they did was concentrated on the tequila. They weren't, they were more into the aesthetics or whatever rather than the taste of tequila. So thank you very much for acknowledging that, bringing that
Well,
up.
it's nice to have a top shelf bottle, because they always say, why the bottles are tall is because you can't fit them inside a regular shelf. So they have to go on the top. So that means it has to be good tequila. I love bumping some of the crappy tequila off the top shelf with a beautiful bottle and fantastic juice. So it's one of the reasons why I wanted to review this so much, because I knew how good the tequila was. And I know that's something that we have to battle through a lot in the industry of, it's not just a cool bottle, it's also great tequila. Kind of like
Yeah.
sometimes I know it's an ugly bottle, but it's really good tequila, right? You got
Yeah. Right.
fantastic. So I think it's so cool. And so let me get this right. You grew up like in Idaho, right? And then
Yes.
moved to Arizona,
Yes. A few other places in between.
a few places in between. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And how many books have you written?
I have 10 published and then probably about 40 short stories. My one short story, Dog, was a bestseller. I won first place of all short stories in the Arizona literary contest. And then my bestseller, My Bad Tequila, which was my best book, which is a novel memoir, 80% true, 20% I can't remember what the F happened because of all the tequila uh and that one has won 15 national and international awards. And that was actually the book that I was promoting. Oh, go ahead.
You have a children's book as well, correct?
Yes, yeah, and it's not called My Dad's Tequila. It's it's called Arizona is Where I Live.
That's fantastic. That's just so awesome. It's I can barely read, so let alone write something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, do you know what? You'd love Baja Local. Mexico Got Lucky. Actually, My Bad Tequila has a lot of pictures in it too. But Arizona's Where I Live. That's got beautiful, colorful pictures for those that can't read.
Pick out the My Bad Tequila. I'm going to get that book and I'm going to read it all the way through because I have a feeling it probably parallels some of my life as well.
Right. Yeah. No, I'll send you a copy of that. Send you an autographed copy. I am wearing my Cobaholic support group. Little well, over the years, I think they've made about 4 of them, and so that Cobbaholic support group, we've got about 25,000 members, but maybe 3,000 members that are real active, and they give to all those various charities in Cabo and Baja that I mentioned earlier. So really a great group.
We're part of the Coboholics Facebook page. We've been a part of that for a long time, and we always support Angel when we go down to Cabo and see him. And I know we helped out a lot during the hurricane. They got hit so hard back in, I think it was 16 with Odile, and it was really neat to see that group of people, the Cobbaholics, really come together and not only house some of the people that I know of, like Angel, they got him a place to live, but they helped so many people, and it was such a dire need for the area. And, it's really bounced back from then, for sure. You can't even tell it happened.
Yeah, I think you mentioned Sancho's. The owners of that are great, Margot and Coco. And in the Cabo Cantina, Maddie Corona, she was one of the founders of the Cobbaholic support group. And let's see, there's a numerous amount of places. Wicked Pizza, the list just goes on and on.
It's amazing that we don't know each other already, since all of those people have been such a part of my life for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure you were probably in the same bar that I was in at the same time, or I was in the same bar you were in, or we were waiting on each other to go to the bathroom or something.
There has to be, because we've stumbled in and out of so many. I actually got to talk to Gene Martin this year, the owner of Happy Endings, and I'm usually never there when Gene. I'm usually never there when Gene is there, and we met up this year and got to hang out a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Excellent.
So, and it's good to see the Gray Ghost coming to life, right? They're finally starting to build that thing. It's so awesome.
Right.
So, what states can people buy this in outside of order it from Tequila Town? Where can people find this across the United States?
Okay. We're Tequila, Old Town Tequila will send to about 23, 24 states, but we're in the process, Jay and I are, of getting us hooked up with Nexus, and we will be able to deliver out to 46 states. So yeah, it's that's really gonna help us, because we're always getting emails or messenger deal that, hey, I can't get it in my state, and so they either have to have someone order it, a friend from their state, and transport it over, or so this is really for acknowledging that.
Fantastic. And coming in at like 120 for the Blanco, 140 for the Repo. Is that about right?
Yeah. When you add in shipping, some of the places have the plot as low as 79 and 89 for the Repo. Retail out here in Arizona, but it's a lot easier for the people that live in Arizona, since this is where our warehouse is, and we bring most of our product.
So where are we at for Añejo? Is there an Añejo coming soon?
Yes, I actually have a bottle hidden down here.
Well, we need to be doing this at your house.
Yeah, we had one barrel, so got 186 bottles of it. This stuff is liquid gold. It's retailing for $279 to $319 a bottle, just because of the exclusivity. And then all the bottles are numbered individually as well. So and then we have one other barrel that we are resting, and we were going to make extra añejo out of it, but now with this deal with Safeway Albertsons wanting it, we're just going to have some incredible añejo aged at about 30 months. Yeah.
Did you say the age time was on your Repo?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
And what barrel type did you say?
White oak whiskey barrels.
White oak whiskey. Ah, it's fantastic. Well, we will watch for more of these.
Yeah, the añejo that we currently have bottled, that was 21 months.
Gotcha. And what year did you start? What year was your first year of producing tequila?
We sold our first bottle December 1st of 2022. Yeah. So yeah, we're not even 2 years old yet.
No, fantastic. I see this. This is going to be everywhere, Rico. I just know it. It's great tequila. It's a great bottle. It's a great story. I love how you've put the story on the back of the bottle.
Right.
And
Thank you. Yeah, Jay does our website. He does a great job on the website. I help him a little bit on social media because I like posting things on Facebook, but he does most of Instagram, does almost all of the website, does an incredible job for us.
So Instagram, Facebook, any other social media, TikTok, YouTube, are you on those
no, I don't know if we'll do TikTok or not in the future. I do a little bit on my professional LinkedIn page. I need to do more. And then we have something exciting to announce. There's this TV show for entrepreneurs called Blocks TV. It's BLOX, and they're getting 1 million viewers per episode. I believe they're getting ready to start season 22 or something like that. And anyway, I've been through an interviewing process. They contacted me, asked me if I'd be interested. And Saturday morning, I had my final interview, and we got the green light for it. So, unfortunately, it's going to be filmed the same week that the Cobbaholic Convention is. But so I'm going to have to miss that. It's we're going to be filming February 4th through the 10th in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but it won't come out for about 6 months after that.
And I hear Tulsa's beautiful that time of year.
Yeah. I think I'll be dreaming of a white Christmas there.
Yeah. So I seen you pulled the bottle out. Did you pour a little something?
Yes. Yeah. I poured myself the Reposado. I have it in the Respeto glass, tequila matchmaker's glass. I love these Glencairn glasses. Yep. Salute.
As well. I salute to you. Thanks for coming on.
Oh yeah, I love the way this thing smells.
Mm. Yeah, I did. I got a couple reviews coming out. They're going to come out this week, and I talked about how this Reposado has such a citrus and floral nose to it before you get that hit of agave. And the Blanco, I noticed you not only have a cooked agave nose, but it also has a bit of like a green agave, like a fresh with that piña sitting outside the oven. You get that smell, and then even some green apple in it, which is just such a great flavor. Like both of them are amazing to me. So you did a great job. Great bottle, great company, great tequila.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brad. Yeah, I always say, you know what? If the plot is good, then the Reposado and the Añejo is going to be good because the plot is where it starts from, you know.
100%. Yeah. And it sounds like you got a great program going on. I really appreciate you taking your time. I know you've been busy, you've been traveling. You got all of these things going on. I just really appreciate you taking some time out for my crazy little Facebook and YouTube channel. So I just really appreciate you.
Yeah, no, thank you, and hopefully we'll hook up in Cabo at the same time and drink some tequila together in person.
I may have to just go a special time of the year to make sure. And if you're ever out here in the Indianapolis area, I always say my bar's open for anybody that wants to sit down, come on and take a drink right here at my bar at home. So I'd love to have you, Rico.
Excellent. My nephew Tommy Austin lives out there near that area, so I'll have to come out and see him as well. And he's retired. Well, he's not retired, but he was in the Air Force, so really a nice young man. So we'll all get together. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. We are now in North Baja. We have a distributor in Mexicali called Central Licoria de Mexicali. Felipe Jimenez owns that. They service San Felipe, Rocky Point, which is Puerto Penasco on the other side, Mexicali, Rosarito, Ensenada, and Tijuana. But if anyone's crossing the border, they're in.
Well, the Arizonans go to hang out at the ocean there, right?
Yes, the Sea of Cortez. Yeah,
and like a 3 hour drive from Phoenix.
Yep, about that. About 3 to 4 hours, depending on how traffic is. And then San Felipe's about 6 to 8 hours, depending on traffic. And in 3 weeks, November 7th through 10th, we have an event in Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco, that Jay and his wife are attending, which is the biker weekend in Rocky Point. And then Connie and I, my wife and I, will be attending in San Felipe for the Songwriters by the Sea and the Shrimp Festival. We're the tequila sponsor there. So we're finally we're finally able to branch out in the Baja, and now all we have to do is find a distributor in San Jose or Cabo and get it in that area.
This would blow off of the shelves in Cabo. This would knock all of the Don Quijos out of Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, you get a 3-of-1. You get great tasting tequila, you get a souvenir, and you get a map and a piece of art.
That's right. You can wobble your way home if you have to.
Yeah, it's always best if you start from Cabo, but get your bottle and then just take it down as far as you go to all these little stops, along the way. Santa Rosalia, Loreto.
I'll come in the house and say, honey, I made it all the way to Ensenada.
Right.
Well, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on the show. Can't wait to meet you in person. Thanks a million, Rico. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.